those blow. A bug-out kit in NutnFancy terms is you can live in relative comfort and safety a week. Am I right, Mrs. NutnFancy?
Right.
And we have how many bug-out kits ready to rock and roll in this house?
4.
And everybody that you see here has their bug-out kit. Last Suspect has one. Doodle has one. She has hers, and they're tailored for each individual. And also, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because I need to do a whole series of bids on this. Each bug-out kit duplicates the other. In other words, each one has its own shelter, each one has its own sleeping bag, each one has its own food, tools, first aid, because one of us might die. One of us may be missing in action, we don't know, and her kit has to be completely self-contained because it may be only things that she can grab when she gets out of the house. I may be dead. Don't know. Doesn't mean they don't quit surviving. They press on. It sucks and I'm dead. Press on and try to help other people, but to help other people, you have to be squared away yourself. So getting back to the question, which guns, which fixed blade, if I'm in my bug-out kit, which means I have to egress, get away from the site, I'm going to go super duper light. I'll stick to my Marlin Papoose. That's the one currently riding in there. Any super duper lightweight 22 to be its companion. Folding blades, good ones to consider would be the Cold Steel Voyager series. They're very lightweight. Also this one, and I just happen to have it clipped to my pocket, this is a Spyderco Salt and H1 steel. It is built just like the old Enduros were, sans steel liners. So it's very light, it's a fast, adequately strong blade. Great choice in that POU. Fixed blade, I'm also going to go lightweight to a degree, because then when we start talk about fixed blade, what do we want to do with it? It's not just food preparing, we're going to be making fires. So when I say to a degree, that's probably an area where I'm willing to take a little bit more weight. A good option there would be the Ontario Rat 7, any of the Rat 9s. I like a 7-inch blade or bigger. They're Marine K-bars, outstanding choices for your bug-out kits. They're not the best choppers around, but they're relatively lightweight. And rifle, I still stick with the 22, and that's in the bug-out kit. Now, if we're homesteading, this is the second part of the answer. What I would do is probably go back to the AR-15. Mini 14, Keltec SU-16, outstanding choice. I love that SU-16C. Very lightweight, reliable, and adequately accurate.
Your family just left you.
Doodle just farted, that's why.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
No, he didn't.
I'll answer that question just for fun. How about that? Okay, Doodle's going to weigh in. Go for it, dude. So assuming you're going to just, knock on the door, Minuteman situation, whatever, you got to get out there. You got to be prepped to, fight, live, whatever. I'm going to take an AR-15, probably 18 to 20 inches. 20 inches almost would be better, even though it's not as good in CQB. I'll take my 1911. I'm comfortable with that pistol. I know the limitations. Ideally, I'd be able to take a CMMG conversion for the 22. That's a good idea. If you're going to take it, you can throw that in your pocket. It's an extra bolt. You may not be so enthused about carrying all that extra ammo, magazine. It's a different system, but it is still the same weapon, and you can survive, for a lot longer on 400 rounds of 22 than you could 20 of 223. So that's a great choice. I haven't really thought about that, because if you take the CMMG conversion and make that the primary caliber, but take your 223 bolt, you could actually barter into some 223 ammo, maybe just take a couple mags with you. By the way, for me, a combat loadout, if I was doing a raw patrol neighborhood, would probably be 3 mags. So, 120 rounds, plus 1 in the mag, so I guess total 4. Does that answer your question, or did he go to sleep already?
No, I'm still here.
Who's Allie the mountain dog?
She is my beloved female black Labrador Retriever. I'll get her to jump up on our laps if she got to go.
Okay, I'll go drag her down.
I can call her.
Listen, Michael is like me. He goes, poor man, WTF is he talking about? What is CQB?
Close quarter battle. That's meaning that you'd be engaging bad guys at pretty much close distance.
People in the chat room are going, Nutn for president. Dude, let me tell you something. If we're under siege, you're going to move into my house, okay?
I will tell you what. The people that are in your chat room, my subscribers, and I'm talking to everybody here, and I'm dead serious, do weigh in with any thoughts you have. They are going to be the people that protect you, Jim, and your neighborhood. I don't mean to sound like a whack job. I'm not talking about survival stuff. but someone's going to have to do it, and it ain't going to be the cops. The cops are going to be overwhelmed.
They're going to be defending their house.
Hey, you know
what happened in Katrina? The cops went back. A lot of them went back to their own houses to square away what was going on with them. Yeah. And I don't blame them. I'm just saying they had to do what they had to do.
What? Oh, wait a minute, Alex, my production assistant. What did you say?
He makes me want to have a gun now.
You're making Alex want to have a gun. Come here, Alex. Get on camera.
Hey, this is a good opportunity too to talk to that. Yeah. I think you mentioned it earlier in the show, Jim.
Show your face, Alex. Wait a minute.
Close to LA.
Okay. Yeah, we live close to LA. Here, go ahead.
I got to bring your website up again.
Not your feet.
LA's gonna have some riots pretty soon.
Well, let me just spend just a second to talk to that real quick, and that is, I'm just going to play devil's advocate, and guys will say to TMB. Okay, here. They'll say, hey, you cover these things, and it promotes violence, and it promotes fear. But you know what? It doesn't. Because someone, let's say your next door neighbor has a 9mm pistol, and he has 500 rounds, that doesn't make him a bad person. In fact, if he's a good person, which probably statistically he is, it's a good thing. I've seen it personally in my life many times where never a shot was fired and that the bad guys were chased off with a gun by the good guys. So I don't want to promote fear. What I want to promote is preparedness and a mindset of self-reliance. That don't look to the government to solve your problems. Don't look to the government to protect you and give you your food and your protection and everything you need. You provide it. Have some foresight. Spend some money on that preparation. And then guess what? When all things go belly up, you'll be the guy bailing people out. You'll be the security expert in your neighborhood. To me, that's common sense. It's not fear-mongering. It's not vigilantism or anything like that. It's just preparedness. And more importantly, it's the golden rule, taking care of your fellow man and your family.
Right.
But as a caveat to that, some people get mired in the security aspect. You know, everyone has that odd guy down the street, you know, bare-chested, going to the mall to shop at the Blade store in his trench coat. All he focuses on is the security aspect. That will only get you so far. You can only rape and pillage for so long before you have really nothing to rely on. And that's what some of these people do. What we're advocating is none of that, really. It's, you know, balanced systems approach to so you don't have a weapon, you know, make some kind of food available, you know, stock up on food, find some way to maybe produce it if that situation were to arise. This isn't just a solid, you know, one family, you know, hides out in their little hut and they block out the outside world. When he talks about WROL, he's talking about a community banding together like we've seen in certain natural disasters where people rely on each other, and you can't have that community with only one facet taken up.
That's true.
Let's take a break here, you guys. We got to take, of course, a lovely Extends break.
Good, because I need to pop an Extends because I really want to make a difference.
Yes. Now, that's a gun of another sort, right? I drink a can a day, and it's increased my gun, and I'm sure Tactical Doodle would appreciate that very much.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so we're going to take a break here. We got NutnFancy and the family doing a great job tonight on LuvCh. Again, thanks to everybody who technically helped me tonight. And we'll be right back. And by the way, I'm going to show you my defense living on the beach in Newport Beach, how we handle it when we come back right after this. And if you want to talk to everybody, Poor Man LC, that's a Skype number, or the old school Poor phone, 270-6240. We'll be right back.
On the show just walked out. There's some big blowout on that. That is going well. I think he turned his mic off. Yes.
Hold on, let me
check this out. We got some airtime.
Go to DVR1.
You know you got the airtime because we're still on there. That's his website.
No, hundreds of those Extends commercials. You know, the leader in male enhancement. I was kind of curious. With over a